Teachers who spend every day firing on all cylinders are occasionally going to need a tune-up. That's the view of Richard Gerber, once a head teacher, now a consultant in motivation and creativity.
It's a huge challenge. We have to re-professionalise the profession.
He believes all teachers, no matter how good or outstanding, need to make sure they're still performing at their optimum. For this series, Richard has come to Cheadle High School in the Staffordshire Moorlands. 3 teachers, each with a proven track record of success and each with a great deal of courage, have agreed to open themselves up to scrutiny. Richard will advise them and also point them in the direction of other professionals who could help with their tune-up. This programme examines the performance of Mark McHugh. How will he take the advice to calm down professionally?
You need to allow yourself to relax a bit more.
So keep it going.
And shape up physically.
That's 4.
Mark is head of ICT, although he's been a drama teacher in his time.
No, you won't find $1 million in there. If I had $1 million, I wouldn't be here, would I? There you go.
A time that's lasted 17 years so far since he qualified. It's a lot of experience, but will it make him resistant to making any changes to his style? And that style is being studied by Richard in a Year 7 lesson on advertising, starting with an exercise matching slogans with brands. And then Richard delivers his verdict.
To start off with, when the children came into the session, they came in and quite clearly they're relaxed working with you, and you create, I think, a really relaxed, laid-back atmosphere for them, even when the disasters occur on 1 or 2 of the computers.
Oh, no, but did you save it?
No.
Oh, have you saved?
Yeah.
Have you saved? You haven't saved it.
The class may be relaxed, but Richard realises the teacher may not be all that he seems on the outside.
So see if you can sort that out.
There was a lot in the first part of the lesson that clearly you wanted to get across to the children, to build, if you like, the momentum for the session.
Yeah.
And one of the things that struck me was you started off with a really lovely activity, the matching activity. But then for me, there was that pressure of time, in a way, in terms of I've got to get into the lesson now, I've got to get into the meat of the lesson, got to get the kids on task, because actually there's an awful lot to get through.
You done? You done? Nearly done? Next bit then, because I want to get you going with this. The password is go. So can you get logged on? So it's go and then the number and then just go.
And I think one of the things is that confidence as a teacher, sometimes to take a foot off and say, you know what, we might not get through it all, but actually it doesn't matter.
Mark is pushing on to another exercise, which involves pupils creating their own advert about the qualities of strawberries.
This strawberry doesn't move on its own, does it? No.
He admits that his image often masks the stress he puts himself under in preparing and delivering lessons.
Good teachers are always assessing what works and what doesn't. And I just wonder whether you need to allow yourself just to feel that bit more, you know, self-satisfied every so often about a job well done.
Yeah, I think I've always been like that. Nothing ever goes well for me.
Right.
So I, only because I'm too self-critical.
Yeah.
So I look at something and I go, oh no, I could have done that better, or no, I could change that. People in school and people who know me would say that I'm relaxed to the point of horizontal, really. But actually that's far from the truth, because you know, I do put a lot of work into planning. I spend hours every night planning lessons and making sure everything's done, making sure I'm happy with it. So I rarely have an evening off.
Mark's time-consuming commitment is illustrated by his preparation for the advertising lesson.
How much time you must have spent last night shooting off 148 pictures. Sitting there
It wasn't just one night, it was a few nights. There's no strawberries hurt in that exercise.
It's a classic scenario with teachers where actually, even if you did have an evening where you didn't think you had anything to do, you'd find something to do because you wouldn't be able to relax.
Yeah, all the time.
Anyway, we need almost to retrain our emotional response sometimes to say, you know what, the one thing we're not going to do is sit here and get angsty because we're not working.
Yeah.
After the feedback session, Mark seems reluctant to relax, believing he needs the pressure to push him on.
But that's just me being me, and I teach better because of it, I think. So look relaxed, but I'm actually on the ball inside.
But do you think you need a better work-life balance?
Yes, I do. But that means I'd have to re-educate myself to do that.
Perhaps you can.
I don't know. I think it's just the fact that I don't want to release the gas pedal. I like to be a professional. I like to actually give the best for the kids that I can give. But on the other hand, yeah, I do need life, and I do need a social life, and I'd like that to happen, really, a lot more.
So can Mark find a way of easing up and slowing down while maintaining his high-octane approach to teaching? And will he turn to the right person for help? Mark can select one other expert who could help him with his appearance or his health. And his tune-up choice is a lifestyle and fitness coach, an indication that he does want to tackle his stress head-on. Steve Wyatt is in demand nationwide, especially from stressed-out executives who want him to draw up training regimes and diet plans. He spends most of his time, however, training the trainers.
So, hi Mark.
Mark reveals he not only gives up his days and his evenings to the job, but much of the night as well.
Sleep's generally not good, really. Even if I go to bed early, I'll wake up. So I'll wake up several times in the night.
Because you just feel very, very wound all the time.
Yeah, it's just my mind. I never switch it off.
The level of stress, 1 to 10, and where would you put yourself?
Probably about 6 or 7.
And that's all the time?
Yeah.
Steve's prescription is half an hour's exercise every day. A physical assessment exposes the aches and pains that Mark's developed over the years.
That is definitely tight.
Some of them self-inflicted in the line of duty.
As you can see, the elbows elevate off the ground. That's from the musculature again too strong, from standing a lot, and also from being at a desk too much and you're sort of slouching over the computer. It's so important that you stretch before you exercise.
Richard, looking a bit relaxed there. I think you should join in a bit.
Do you know what? I would, but unfortunately I've forgotten my gig.
Steve can now work out a bespoke regime of muscle toning, joint stretching, stress-busting exercise.
It may feel like you're not working out. That's how it should feel.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
It's re-educating the body to move again.
The instructions don't end in the gym. Mark's now got to be told how to improve the inner teacher.
Be very aware of the stimulants you're using in the sense of caffeine, any sugary sort of Coca-Cola, soda pop, chocolate bars, anything like that. Yeah. So I would like you to reduce it as much as you can.
Right.
Yep. And also, I would like you not to consume processed foods as possible. Lots of proteins in the sense of good lean meats, fish, and also loads and loads of vegetables, and concentrate on that.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I think by controlling a little bit more in his lifestyle, he should see results in the next 10, 12 couple of weeks. Yep. Right. Because the nutrition with the exercise is like a double whammy with a jigsaw puzzle. It's putting it all together. Yep.
Yeah.
So does Mark stick to the regime and feel any benefit? After 2 weeks, we pay a visit to his home to find out. Mark is in his gymnasium, which is sometimes a living room. This time, Richard is shamed into bending his knees.
First thing, Mark, I'd like to say is this is the cosiest gym I think I've ever been to.
The gym is really good. It's 5-star, actually. The service is quite good as well.
Have you noticed any benefits?
Yeah, I have actually. I feel a lot stronger, and my core's stronger as well, so my stomach's better.
Perhaps most importantly, is it helping with the stress and the tiredness?
It has, because it's the first week back after the holiday, and usually I get quite stressed and tired, and I haven't at all this week, so it's good. Excuse me, my legs are going to give up.
This is horrendous, I've got to stop.
How will just 2 weeks of healthy living affect his teaching? And will his Year 7 class notice any difference? As Mark makes clear to Richard, he has no intention of dropping his pace.
That's really important. So you've got to remain upbeat and happy to see them. If you're not like that, then they pick up on that immediately. If you're down, then it's going to be a down lesson. They're going to find it boring. They're probably going to misbehave for you because of that. So you do yourself a favour and sort of dig deep, get some energy, and up you go, really. So put your bags well out of the way. Big circle. Apple, pear, banana, grape.
The lesson is an introduction to spreadsheets, but it starts off with a party game.
Basket! And freeze. We should be
The game has put pupils into pairs, but not with their closest friends.
your pairing matters now. If you can just look at the board, hopefully by the end of this session, you will be able to describe the elements of a spreadsheet. If we don't, never mind, we'll do it next lesson, OK?
What's that? Mark's not too concerned about covering everything. It's the first indication that he is much more chilled, and the lesson's hardly begun.
Stand up, log on in your pairs.
The pupils stay in their pairs for another game. This time it's battleships. They're noticing something's changed in their teacher, but some aren't quite sure what it is.
Like different, it's like weird. Like something had changed, like with Sir or something.
And what's changed, do you think?
He's put more fun into his body or something.
We usually sit round the tables and talk.
Okay, so did it feel more energetic this morning?
Yeah, he's a lot more energetic than usual.
Yeah?
Yeah, we used to just sit around the tables and just tell us like what we didn't do in the lesson. He's like all happy.
What about his energy levels? Do you think he's got more energy this morning?
Yeah.
And do you think that's important in a teacher?
Yeah, because you don't want to be boring. Mess.
We've had a look at the key elements of a spreadsheet. I said we probably wouldn't get to the last one, and we didn't. But never mind, we'll do that the next lesson you get with me. So I'll see you next time. Have a good week.
So Mark's managed what might have seemed impossible at the outset, keeping the energy of his lesson while reducing his stress. By getting fitter, he's become calmer. In a final feedback, he confesses his hopes weren't high at the start of the tune-up process.
By doing this training only for a week and a half, 2 weeks, I've actually picked up my levels a lot more than I thought I would have done. So it's actually surprised me, and it's something, you know, I suppose it's a cliche, but I probably will carry on. And the diet has helped, I think. It has given me more energy, and I'm not living off coffee, which is one good thing, actually. And I've started to, I won't say enjoy it, but tolerate it more. And it sort of settles you and calms you and makes you really think about what you're going to do. And when you actually settle down to some work, I've been finding I'm doing it quicker.
And although it's a massive task, do you think that the journey has provided you a doorway into thinking about how you might be able to control your work-life balance better in the future?
Yeah, I think so. It's certainly made me think about it. And I had last weekend off. I haven't done that for years.
So what do you put that down to?
I think it's just this whole process, really. The whole process of you coming in. I know it's an odd thing, television coming in, and it doesn't happen to many people, but I think it's that's made me think, hang on, wait a minute, I have got a life. Very weird.
So it's goodbye, stressed out Mark.
You done? You done? Nearly done?
Hello, chilled out Mark.
But never mind, we'll do that the next lesson you get with me. 2.
And everyone is happier to meet the new one.
It's a lot better than what we usually do. It's more happier to get into the lesson. You feel like more ready.
If you're interested in tuning up your teaching, then why not download a set of Richard Gerver's helpful tips and ideas? They can be found on the webpage associated with this programme at the Teachers TV website.